What's up, fellow nerds? It's Put McGee here on my gaming channel, and today we're doing the fourth and probably final video in my Rakdos deck tech series, and this one is Judith's Menagerie. It's actually I wouldn't say very, it's quite similar to my first deck that I did in the series, but this one is a little more focused on the Menagerie mechanic, and I guess we're jumping into the deck tech now. So we're running 3 Gruesome Menagerie. You could probably run 4. I found that we don't really need it because we only really need to play Gruesome Menagerie one time in the game. And running 4, sometimes we can end up with Gruesome Menagerie stuck in our hands too early, and it's kind of annoying. So we're only playing 3 of it, and what it does is cost 5 mana, and we choose a creature card with converted mana cost 1 in our graveyard, then do the same for creature cards with converted mana cost 2 and 3, return those cards to the battlefield. So what we're doing is playing a 5 mana spell, and we're returning a 1 mana cost creature, a 2 mana cost creature, and a 3 mana cost creature from our graveyard to the battlefield, ready to go. And we've designed a deck that is going to be putting 1 mana cost, 2 mana cost, and 3 mana cost creatures into the graveyard. Seems simple enough, so let's talk about those. One important difference this has from my original Judith the Scourge Diva deck is that this has Stitcher Supplier, which is going to be intentionally putting cards from our library into our graveyard so that we can bring them back with Gruesome Menagerie. So we do only run 2 Stitcher Supplier because we don't need 4. We don't want to accidentally deck ourselves, but this does help us sometimes get the ball rolling, getting some of those extra creatures in there. And so that's nice to have. So we're also running 4 Judith the Scourge Divas because this is helpful when our creatures die, which we want them to die in some cases. Because whenever a non-token creature we control dies, Judith the Scourge Diva deals 1 damage to any target. That's good. We also get +1/+0 on all of our other creatures when Judith is on the field. So we're kind of running an aggressive deck here with a lot of creatures under 3 converted mana cost. We have 3 Midnight Reapers and 2 Legion Warbosses, which are pretty aggressive, and Midnight Reaper allows us to keep drawing cards when our creatures are dying, so we don't run out of cards in our hand, which is very likely to happen. We also run 2 Plaguecrafters. The build that I've seen that's very similar to this does not run Plaguecrafters, but I like running Plaguecrafter because I like having a little bit of removal on a body. We can play a Plaguecrafter, sacrifice a Footlight Fiend, and we get a ton of value out of that by forcing our opponent to sacrifice a creature or discard a card, and we get a little bit of damage out of it if we have Judith on the field. So I really think Plaguecrafter is good in this deck. Not all builds you'll see will play this, but I am. We're also running 2 Bedevils just because this is a very helpful card, especially if we run into a Planeswalker like Teferi or Karn in the mid to late game. This can help us deal with that when we don't really have other ways. We don't want to be spending our damage, like we don't want to be attacking Planeswalkers, so we do want to have a way to deal with those a little bit more easily. In the 2 slot, we're running 4 Fireblade Artists because aggressive. This is a 2/2 with haste, and we can sacrifice a creature at the beginning of our turn to deal 2 damage to the opponent. That's great. We're running 2 Rix Maadi Revelers because this can filter our hand, or in the late game, it can completely restock our hand. I'll read the card, I guess. When Rix Maadi Reveler enters the battlefield, discard a card, then draw a card. If Rix Maadi Reveler's spectral cost was paid, instead discard your hand, then draw 3 cards. That's good. We also run 3 Priest of Forgotten Gods and 2 Orzhov Enforcers. Priest of Forgotten Gods allows us to sacrifice our creatures to draw a card, hurt the opponent, and produce more mana, so we can bring creatures back from the graveyard, or play creatures from our hand that we now produced mana to do with. What? I hope that made some sense to you. It kind of didn't come out right. We also run 2 Orzhov Enforcers because it has Afterlife, so we want to keep a little bit of pressure on the field, even though sometimes we're going to be letting our creatures die or completely just sacrificing our creatures. This also has Death Touch, so it acts as a very, very nice blocker in the early game and in the mid game too. I mean, it's a 1/2 and becomes a 2/2 when Judith is on the field, and it has Death Touch, so it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. This allows us to put a little pressure on the opponent when either they don't want to block it and we're able to deal damage, or they just don't want to attack because we have this up as a blocker. It can be very good. In the 1 slot, as I said, we're running 2 Stitcher Supplier, but we're also running 4 Fanatical Firebrands and 4 Footlight Fiends. If you are not under the same budgeting constraints as I am, you can just see my wildcard status up there, you would be running 4 Gutterbones instead of Fanatical Firebrand, but this is an okay budget choice. It's a 1/1 with haste, so it allows us to deal damage in the first turn, and we can sacrifice and deal damage. It's great. It's fine. It's just fine. We also run 4 Footlight Fiends. You could, I guess, sub either one of these out for a Gutterbones, but I would probably say keep the Footlight Fiend and ditch the Fanatical Firebrand if you're going to be running Gutterbones. That was pretty quick, I think. We also run 23 lands. You could probably cut it to 22, I think. But we're running 23. Of course, if you're not in the same budgeting constrictions, you would probably have more shock lands and more buddy lands. But hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. And let's play some games. Okay, everyone. Game 1 here against my man Gideon Jura, name of TNT. And what do we have here? We have 2 Swamps, a Mountain, Orzhov Enforcer. This is actually kind of okay. We don't have early pressure. We don't have a 1-drop, which is a bit of a bummer. But we do have an Orzhov Enforcer, and we do have a turn 3 Judith and Legion Warboss. And we have removal if things get hairy. So I'm going to keep this hand and see how it goes. Alright, let's see what we're up against. Okay, they're playing Gideon Jura and looks like mono red. That's not cool. They're tricking me. This is interesting. We could play Fireblade Artist and go ahead and play this. We'll probably play this aggressively. So we go Fireblade Artist and attack in, which they're not going to block because it looks like they're playing mono red. I wouldn't be surprised if they go ahead and kill Fireblade Artist, but they may just want to deal damage to the face instead and just play around the Fireblade Artist. Yeah, Wizard Lightning. That's not surprising. They probably are guessing that I'm going to be playing a Judith the Scourge Diva deck here when they see Fireblade Artist on turn 2. And in this case, I probably shouldn't play Judith the Scourge Diva right now. Ooh, this could get hairy. Okay. I think we probably play... I think either any creature we play at this point is going to get killed. I think we go Legion Warboss, though. Put a little pressure on. And then play a Judith next turn. Depending on what happens. If they kill the Legion Warboss, which I think is pretty likely, I think we'll probably play Plaguecrafter, sacrifice this Goblin, and try to get this Lava Runner off the field. So they can stop playing Wizard's Lightning. Okay, we did pick up another Judith, so that's kind of nice. Let's see. Yeah, I think I should probably... Let's go attack in. And then I'll play Plaguecrafter and make them sack the Gitu Lava Runner, and we keep a creature behind. Another Lava Runner. That's nice. Okay, the problem with taking damage here is that unlocks Spectacle for them, so they can start skewering me or playing Light Up the Stage. And I don't like either of those options, but I also really want to keep my Plaguecraft around to play aggressive against them. I think I do block this because I'm certain they have a Light Up the Stage or skewer the critics here. Vishino Pyromancer, that's fine. We're not too concerned with that. That's 3 Judiths that we've got there. I mean, I guess we play one, right? Like, does that make sense? Maybe we play Orzhov Enforcer though. Because if we block with Orzhov Enforcer, it does leave us another blocker behind with the little spirit token. Okay, another Pyromancer. And that opens Spectacle up for them. Light Up the Stage. I wonder if they actually attack in here. So they do attack. It's not the end of the world. And mono red is very tough to deal with right now. Man. Okay. I think again we play Orzhov Enforcer. I haven't seen a moment where Judith is going to be that helpful, honestly. Yeah, I think Orzhov Enforcer is just a better choice. Unfortunately, I think we're gonna also have to give them the risk factor. Let them draw the cards next turn. It's a shame. It's a shame. Yeah. I think we let him draw the cards. Taking the damage is too risky. We go to 6. It's not good. Okay, Wizard's Lightning on me. And a shock on me, so I got a 5. Excuse me. That was a big yawn. Okay, so they're not attacking yet. This is interesting. Another question is, do I attack here? Or do I keep up 2 blockers? My guess is they're going to kill the Spirit token with the Fanatical Firebrand. I think I attack with the Spirit, try to get in some damage. It doesn't do me a whole lot of good as a blocker. And I've still got Judith, which I can actually block with Judith since I do have 2 others in my hand. Yep. We decline again. We're not going to 1 because then we die to Fanatical Firebrand. We probably die anyway here if they go even a shock. Yeah, Lightning Strike into Skewer the Critics or a shock, we're dead. It's not much. Yeah, okay. Well. That didn't go so well. Hopefully the next game is not as bad. Okay, here we go to game number 2. Last game we got blown out by Mono Red, which is, it happens. It definitely happens. Hopefully it's not the same this time, but this is a bad starting hand, which we're gonna have to mulligan because we don't have our mana sources here. I don't really want to play Stitcher Supplier turn 1 and not know if I'm gonna pick up a mountain ever. So I think I have to mulligan, and this is better. It's not perfect, but it's definitely better. We can go Blood Crypt turn 1. And do we keep Plaguecrafter on top? I kind of think we don't. I think we put Plaguecrafter on bottom because we've got options in the 3 slot already. Please don't be mono red again. Well, there's our Gruesome Menagerie. And then we go Fireblade Artist and attack. Okay. I kind of like the Spear Spewer variant of mono red right now. It's interesting. It's not just spells. Well, that was lame. Also lame. But since we're playing aggressively against them, their Spear Spewer is not going to do them a whole lot of good because they're going to risk hurting themselves too much, I think. Yeah. Oh, Midnight Reaper gets Lava Coil. That's unfortunate. I don't like it when they run Lava Coil. Okay, we're getting near a Gruesome Menagerie. I mean, how much removal can they have? How much removal can they have? I like Judith here. They probably... Okay, Electrostatic Field, not the end of the world. It's going to slow us down for sure. And that produces a lot of damage for them. Okay, well, I guess I do get to kill the Fanatical Firebrand. Or they sacrifice it and deal 1 damage to me. But we're keeping up with them a little bit. Okay, I think we go ahead and play Gruesome Menagerie. Oh, I just realized something. Can we undo that? No, I can't. Because our Fireblade Artist is only going to be up to a 3 power, and it can't get past the Electrostatic Field. So that really sucks. But we're going to do it anyway. Because, and I'm going to keep it as a blocker. I'm not going to attack yet. But next turn we can play the other Fireblade Artist and attack with it. So we will start dealing damage next turn. But not yet. Okay, dude. Stop. Stop. I mean, we go damage to the face here. It's not going to do us any good to deal damage to the Electrostatic Field. Okay. I think we attack with both of these because we actually can hit for damage this turn. We can get 2 damage in, and we're keeping pace with the opponent's burn. And we've got more value on the field right now. Thinking maybe a skewer the critics or light up the stage. Nope. Okay, that's nice. So we decline. See what we get. This is actually very good. Okay, here we go. We attack with both of these. We deal 2 more damage. And if I do this, we can wipe their board right here. Deal 1 damage to you. Deal 1 to you, and another to you. And then they have to sacrifice their Spewer. And they're down to 4. Oh, yay, we got on the mountain. Okay, well, we didn't pick up anything that we could spend that mana on, but that's alright because they concede. There we go. Yeah. See, that didn't work out exactly as I would have liked, but we gotta win. We gotta win there. I hope we don't play mono red again. Alrighty, folks. Game number 3 here. Against the Llama in Pajamas. This is actually an okay starting hand. Again, it's not as aggressive as we would like because we don't have a 1-drop, which is weird. I haven't gotten a single 1-drop in my opening hand yet, but we are going to keep this and see how it goes. Okay, opponent had to scry, so they're slowed down already. Pick up another Judith, the Scourge Diva. That's lovely. What is this, Gates? Uh-oh. This might be Gates, so we need to get cracking if it is. Ayah. No? Okay, it is Gates. It is Gates. Interesting. We want to get rid of their Gatebreaker Ram pretty much like immediately. Sorry about that. Yeah, I think we just Plaguecrafter and they have to kill their Gatebreaker Ram. Unfortunately, we lose our Priest of Forgotten Gods. Okay, Guild Summit here. This is going to be okay for us though because we will have quite a bit of damage to put on the opponent. We can put a good amount of pressure on him here. Plaguecrafter is actually kind of a beefy boy. Okay, so we need to... Okay, this is what I was talking about. Sometimes you get all of your Gruesome Menageries, and you haven't gotten enough creatures into your graveyard, nor do you have enough lands to play them. Okay, so we can deal 8 damage to the opponent right now, which, I mean, that's the move. We take him to 8, and we probably get hit with a Gates Ablaze this turn, if they have one, which I'm assuming they do, but Gates Ablaze deals 3 more damage to them. Deafening Clarion. Okay. That's different. We just have to hope they can't get off any life gain quickly before we can rebuild our board. Okay, we can deal with that. I'd really like a land here. I think we trade Plaguecrafter with Gatebreaker Ram. It's gonna be hard to build up a nice board here because they're gonna rush us down pretty fast. And if they're able to play whatever that Gate Angel is that gains them a trillion life, then we're gonna be in big trouble. Okay, so they're putting all the gates out, which is a bit scary for sure. Okay, here we go. Now we're able to put a board down. If they play Deafening Clarion next turn, we can deal 3 damage to them. Yavimaya. Yavimaya? No, Multani, Yavamaya's avatar. Okay. Okay. What do we do here? I think we play Priest of Forgotten Gods. We don't do anything else. So we're going to take a bunch of damage, and we just have to kind of hope that they can't kill us next turn. I'm hoping to get a land, because a land would be huge for us. I think it would honestly be game-winning if we could play Gruesome Menagerie, because we would get Judith, Footlight Fiend, and a Plaguecrafter back, and we'd be able to sacrifice a Footlight Fiend to deal 2 damage. Oh, that's bad. This is a very strange Gates variant here. One that I haven't seen before. Okay. This is interesting. What if we do this? Yeah, so we target them. We sack both of these, which produces 3 damage for us. And then, oh wait. They just die because they lose 2 life from Priest of Forgotten Gods. Yes, I wasn't even thinking about that. That's so dumb. That's the dumbest. Wow. I mean, that was a win. That was a strange deck we just went up against, but that was a win. Alright, kids. Game number 4. We are currently 2-1. We've had some close calls. Okay. This is interesting. I think we keep this hand. It's not great. It's different than all the other hands we've had. But I think we keep it. Yeah, I think we go Fanatical Firebrand first. And then Fireblade Artist. We just have to hope we draw into a Judith the Scourge Diva soon. But we're able to put down a lot of damage already, so this is nice. We got him to 16. Okay, Lightning Strike on Fireblade Artist. Okay, I think we probably play Midnight Reaper here. And then attack. This is looking like maybe Is It Drake's? Skewer the Critics. Pay 3 for Skewer the Critics, eh? Okay, well, we'll take that 1 damage and draw a card. We're getting close to being able to play Gruesome Menagerie already. And I will Stitcher's Supplier. I'm not going to play... Well, I guess I can play everyone. It doesn't really hurt me. Okay. A Gruesome Menagerie is going to be pretty big. I don't think a deck like this has board wipes, and even if it does, we don't lose a whole lot because we can get it back with the Gruesome Menagerie. Okay. Interesting. I think I don't attack with Fanatical Firebrand, because if I do, they're just going to try to kill it, I think. I want to keep it up to sacrifice it. Maybe that was dumb. Maybe that was dumb. This counterspell here. Maybe an Ionize. Yeah, Ionize. That's a bummer. We needed that extra mana to cast Gruesome Menagerie. But we're fine right now. We're not in a terrible place. If we top deck a land, we'll be able to play this, and we get back a ton of value. That's fine. Citrus Supplier goes bye-bye, and we put cards into our graveyard. Well, there go all the lands we needed. All 3 of them. That's awesome. Yeah, go to my turn. a Fanatical Firebrand. What do you know? Okay, risk factor. I definitely take the damage here, no question. Take the damage and we put them to 7. Opponent, Mr. Felipe. What do you have in store for me, sir? Another risk factor. I might take the damage again. If I take the damage, I go to 9, which is not in too dangerous a position because I think I'm in a good spot to be able to kill them. I think I take the damage, yeah. So they did have to discard for that. Oh my. Okay, if they have a counterspell here, that would be unfortunate. I'm trying to think of a way to... Okay, if I attack with... I can chain damage here. Yeah, so I go to combat. Watch this. Let's see if I can do this. I can kill them this turn. If I just attacked, I would only be able to deal... Oh wait, no. Okay, I'm an idiot. I just can't count. If I attack with everybody, I just win because I have 8 damage. I was like, oh, I can do this tricky thing and kill them, but I didn't even have to do that because I'm dumb. Okay, I'm sorry. Sue me. Actually, don't. That would be bad. Anyway, that's gonna be it for today. That was a pretty successful run, 3-1 with that Judith Menagerie deck. Not too bad. I will put the deck list below. If you like this video, make sure to drop a like on it and leave a comment with your suggestions, questions, things you want to see me play next. And if you want to see more content from me, make sure to subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye.